saw a meme shared by a family friend today that talked about autism rates and how, it was in the 1980s, it was 1 in 100,000, and now it's like 1 in 36. First of all, that is not true. 1 in 100,000 is crazy. But this person was saying there's this big conspiracy about autism, and I want to explain something. Today, yes, there are more autism diagnoses than ever before, but there are not more people with autism. Let me tell you what that means. Back a long, long time ago, we only knew of certain brightest stars that existed. We look up into the sky, we say, I see that one, I see that one, I see that one. Those are the ones that are there. Well, then we got telescopes, we got other sciencey stuff that can help see the stars that were not as bright. In the 1980s, those stars were the most severe forms of autism. But since the 1980s, not only do we have more awareness, more early intervention to help identify kids that may have certain struggles, but also the DSM-5 criteria for what it means to have autism is hugely bigger, larger than what it was back in the 1980s. In the 1980s, criteria was very narrow and only found those with severe speech delay or no speech at all, severe intellectual disability, or overt social withdrawal. Well, you know how we say on the spectrum, love on the spectrum? It means that there is a wide spectrum that we now have that we did not have in the 1980s. That criteria casts a much wider net to help find people who deal with the more minor or mild cases of autism. And because of that, people are now being diagnosed even later in life because they've been able to go their whole life masking their autistic tendencies and traits. And now that we have much wider criteria, we say, hey, you actually might qualify as having autism. And I see how it's easy to catastrophize this, like, oh my gosh, there's an autism epidemic. But no, it's a wonderful thing that we are now able to identify people who before would not be able to get the help that they need. So in the last several years, have there been more stars that have come up brand new? No. Those stars have always been there. We just couldn't see them.